New York has narrowly avoided a deadly terrorist attack. Police have detained one suspect who, along with 3 other people, sustained non-life-threatening injuries in an explosion at the city's main bus terminal. The state governor says the man was influenced by extremist groups, including Islamic State.
I would say influenced. I don't like the connotation of the word inspired, but influenced by these groups.
Here you can see what's believed to be the moment of the explosion. We can't verify the authenticity of the video, and you can see a flash followed by a cloud of white smoke and people fleeing. As the smoke clears, one person is seen lying on the ground. Caleb Morpin reports from the scene of the attack.
Well, we're here on 8th Avenue, and the city is breathing a sigh of relief in the aftermath of an explosion in the subways. Now, rush hour in New York City is quite a big deal. Monday morning, people are pouring in, crowded subway trains. There appears to have been a blast. Now, it's being called a terrorist attack or an attempted terrorist attack. The attacker has been identified as a 27-year-old male. Details are beginning to surface, and at the moment, the city is breathing a sigh of relief. Now, 8th Avenue is now open up for traffic, and the incident took place very close to the Port Authority building. Now, the Port Authority building is the main bus terminal for Manhattan. People coming in from New Jersey, commuter buses, as well as buses from around the country coming in on Greyhound, all come into the Port Authority building, and that building was shut down in the aftermath of the blast. There was reports of a stampede and fear, people running, not knowing what was happening. But at the moment, it appears that there are no fatalities, only injuries, and these injuries are non-life-threatening. So a lot of questions are being asked. People are wondering how safe things are in the morning rush hour as you see crowds and crowds of people piled into subway trains trying to get into Manhattan. People are asking about safety here in New York City. Police department is on the scene. Their helicopters have been flying above. There are also fire department vehicles around. We understand that the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force is investigating this. This is being treated as a terrorist incident here in New York City, but at the moment, the suspect is in custody, and there are no fatalities.
New York police have identified this suspect as 27-year-old Akayedullah. He had strapped a low-tech explosive device to his body, which badly injured him when it went off. Just a month ago, the city was hit by its deadliest attack since 9/11.
Oh my God!
Mr. Sapov had been planning this for a number of weeks. He did this in the name of ISIS.
Virginia State Senator Richard Black believes that it's inevitable that countries with open borders become targets for attacks.
To some extent, people are just accepting the fact that we live in a world of terror. We never had terrorist attacks in the United States for 100 years. And then all of a sudden, we have them almost on a weekly basis. It's not just in the United States, it's happening in Europe. Everywhere that opens its borders and allows people who arrive with a often with a religious belief that they have to slay the inhabitants of the country, it's inevitable that you're going to have that. We have very radical mosques that function in this country and over in Europe, and they literally preach hate, and they say, look, go out, it's your duty to murder people. And they go out and they do it. And sometimes it takes many years. Some of these people are not even religious, and then they have a religious conversion later on. And if they go to one of these bad mosques, then the next thing that you have is a suicide bomber.